This is going to be a pretty good area here. I got the lens cap on. Great, keep that there. Perfect. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to look at portraiture, and specifically we're going to be looking at portraiture first of all with natural light, and we've got this beautiful sun setting down behind, and then we're going to look at portraiture with some flashlight, fill-in flash. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about are what I consider the 5 key things for good portraiture. First of all, it's communication. You need to be able to communicate with your model or your subject, let them know what you need and build a good rapport with them so that they feel comfortable when you're photographing them. Second thing is your choice of lens. Your choice of lens is really important for portraiture. Very, very important. Now I'm using an 85mm lens here, which is a perfect focal length on the full frame 35mm format. Gives a really nice perspective. It's a very flattering lens for portraiture. Third thing is aperture. The choice of aperture is imperative. Now, I love to use large aperture lenses for portraiture. In this case, this lens is a 1.2, but any lens from 1.8 or above will be great for portraiture. And I'm gonna probably be shooting with apertures from 1.2 to about 2.8 so that I can control the depth of field just to around the model, and then keep some of these wooden posts slightly out of focus and the blades of grass slightly out of focus. So that's communication, choice of lens, choice of aperture. The fourth thing that we need is lighting. Now, one of the myths that you hear in photography is how the photographer should have the sun behind him so the light is illuminating the subject. Well, that's complete nonsense, okay? The best lighting is shooting into the light. Now you can see what's happening here on our model Emma. The light is coming from behind and it's illuminating the hair really, really nicely, giving this lovely backlit effect onto the hair. So that's the best way to shoot into the light. Now, the problem when you're shooting into the light is that you're gonna have the shadow side that requires filling in with light. And what we're gonna do to fill in the light is I've got our assistant Fabian here with a standard Lastalite round disc reflector. And with the silver side of the reflector, I can just gradually bounce a little bit of light, reflecting that light from the sun back in onto the model's face. You've got to be careful how harsh. You don't want it too harsh, but you can see just a subtle amount can work quite nicely. Now, it's good to have an extra pair of hands, and our assistant Fabian's going to be controlling that reflector. And then the fifth and final thing is the environment. And you can see here we've chosen a really nice location. So think about the location and what your backdrop is going to be. So we're going to use these wooden posts to make part of our picture, the blades of grass and the backlight sun, and then we've got this lovely bank of grass going off into the distance, which is going to make for a really lovely soft background with that shallow depth of field. So I'm going to start shooting a few pictures. Fabian's going to control the reflector, and then hopefully Emma will give us a few nice poses and we should get some really nice portraits. Now look at camera this time, that's it, good. A little bit of a smile again. That's it, good. May even help if you actually go past it that way and just bring it back into about there, that's good. Excellent, that's a nice sexy pose, that's great. Let me just move my position here. Good, lovely. Keep that there. A little bit more of a smile for me. That's it, great. Perfect. Okay, so we can see that the reflector that Fabian's putting in on the shot is working really nicely. We're just getting that little bit of fill light, which is filling in the shadow side of my picture, and I'm shooting into the sun, which is the best way to do it.